My name is Kapitolina.
Nice to meet you. Very Russian name.
Yeah, a lot of opportunities for young people to realize themselves in different professions, even creative, like music, dance, theater. Are you agree with the statement, it is impossible to create yourself and you can only find yourself?
I think you can do a little of both. I think that when you're born, like, you're meant to do something. It doesn't mean that you have to. I think that everyone just has specific talents. Some people are very shy, so they're not maybe good at public speaking, but that doesn't mean that if you want to do that you can't. It's just going to take more work to be a public speaker. Or if you are afraid of performing but you love making music, then if you want to be a musician, you're going to have to, work harder than other people. Like, I don't get nervous when I go on stage, and I'm very lucky, but some people get very nervous before they go on stage, and they have to get through that fear, I have a fear of more or less failure, and I think a lot of people have that. So that's kind of my fear that I have to get over. I worry that things are going to go wrong, I'm not worried in my own ability. I know that I'm confident in myself, but I'm worried that, like, technical difficulties or things like that are going to ruin the whole idea. So really, I think it's just getting over those hurdles in your life. So I think you can somewhat create who you want to be, in a sense. Yeah.
It's a good answer. I didn't think about it before.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have a musical education? For example, in Russia we can get a musical education at school, and many young Russian musicians do not see the need for it. And how about this in the USA?
So, I went to school at first for music in college, but I didn't know anything about music. I just made music in my room. I didn't know about, like, scales and, music theory. But my dad wanted me to go to college, and I was like, the only way I'm going is if I go for music. It was just my way to keep pursuing music while doing what he wanted me to do. But then I started making, enough money to where I could do it as a full-time job, and then I stopped going to school for music because I didn't really need it. I think today, if you want to be, maybe say, a classical musician or understand how music works, then you should go to school for it. But there's a lot of people just with a computer and a microphone at home that can make music that's the most popular music in the world,
Does your parents help you to develop your talent?
No. I mean, they're not. My mom cleans, she's a house cleaner, like a maid, kind of. And my dad worked at a very, like, popular bank in the US, so, like, they weren't musically inclined,
As I know, you started writing songs at the age of 12, and who helped you? Who was with you at this moment?
I just watched a lot of music videos on, like, MTV and VH1, and I'm like, I want to do that. And there was some artists that I saw on, like, MySpace and things like that, and they kind of taught people how to make music at home. And then me and my friend watched a lot of the movie 8 Mile. It's with Eminem, and they have, like, rap battles, and we always did that in school. And then I'm like, dude, we should just, because we were writing down raps in, like, 6th grade, and then we're like, we should do that for real. So I just started doing it, and then never stopped.
It's great.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What inspired you to create your hits?
My hits? I don't know if I have hits yet, but my most popular songs?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, most of the songs that are usually the best are the ones that take 20 minutes to make, because you're not struggling to, like, get through it, you're not forcing anything. It just flows out, and that's usually the best work, in my opinion. And those are, like, the song FU was just this crazy story. I wrote that song, put it out, and then a girl, like a fan of mine from the US, covered it, like, a little on a piano, and then I was like, God, it sounds so much cooler with the girl singing it. So then I messaged her and then had her sing it. So she was, like, 16 years old at the time, like a little young fan, and that song blew up, and now it has, like, 60 million streams. It's crazy.
Don't you want to collaborate with her in the future?
Yeah, I mean, we kept talking, as in, like, music. Like, if she had a question about music, I would try to help her out. And she would, like, come to my shows, and she never, like, pursued music. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the thing is, like, you can't force someone to want to love something, I love music. It's all I think about all day, 24/7. Like I'm constantly. And there's some people that think that way about football, you know, and that's why they do that, you know.
So music is your whole life?
Everything. It's my whole life.
Do you manage to live and realize yourself in different ways?
Yeah. Like doing other things?
Yes.
Well, I actually just graduated this December in 2021 of family education and early childhood development for kids. So I have a 4-year degree with that. So like I could see myself working with kids one day. I've done like summer camps, and I don't know if you have YMCA here, but it's like a youth program that helps kids, and I do those in the summer sometimes.
Don't you want to work with kids in Russia?
That'd be sweet. Yeah, my friend Daniela, who I sometimes stay with when I'm here, she has like a younger brother who's like 7 or 8. Well, I first met him when he was like 6, and now he's like 8 or 9. So just seeing him start to slowly like grow up and learn English is so cool, because we used to not be able to talk, and now he can like talk with me. It's pretty cool. So.
Come to Academic Grammar School number 56, like
that'd be so cool.
Music teacher.
That'd be so cool. I'd love to do that.
You'll be welcome.
Okay. How old are the kids? Or how?
We have 3 different schools, like for young kids, for kids in the middle age, like from 5th to 7th grade,
okay. And then high school.
And the high school.
I'll come to all of them. That'd be fun.
Go to high school.
Okay.
High school.
Are they just in St. Petersburg?
Yes.
Okay. I love the city, so when I come back, we'll do it.
Ooh,
that'd be cool.
We'll be waiting for you.
Awesome.
Oh, what inspired you to create your new song Delinquents?
Rage. I don't know. My friend who also helped produce the song Black Leather and Fire Escape, he sent me that music, and it's like, I'm like, oh dude, I gotta make that. And it took me like, and the thing is I recorded the vocals, and then I'm like, I'll come back and redo it, and then it just didn't sound as cool. So we just took the first take of everything. Like it's very rough, but it worked for the song. So.
I really love this song.
Yeah, it's fun. I didn't think people would like it that much, because it's kind of just like, it's kind of not annoying, but it's like this the whole time. But people, you start feeling the energy of it, and I think that's what matters sometimes. So yeah.
What do you perform with this song in the beginning or at the end of the concert?
It's like in the middle, and we just fucking go so hard. It's so awesome. Yeah.
I'll be waiting.
Yeah.
You recorded a feat with Gleb, Три Дня Дождя, and there was a wow effect of your voices combining.
Yeah.
Which Russian musicians do you like?
Yannick's was cool. We saw him yesterday. That was cool. I never heard his music, and we went to one of his shows here in St. Petersburg, so that was cool. He gives a good performance. I get shit for this, but Morgenstern is dope, dude. I don't know, I'm not like a mess. Like, first off, I don't know what he's saying. I'm guessing it's very like kind of ignorant, like hard music, but he puts on a great show. And I think that's like a huge important thing, you know. And then obviously Gleb's one of my favorite artists. Like I loved working with him, so and we're good friends. So we just hung out like 2 days ago. Yeah.
Oh, would you like to collaborate with others?
Others?
With someone else?
Oh yeah, of course. I actually have this song called Bad Ones that's unreleased, and we've sent it to a few different artists to see if they like it and want to be on it. So we'll see if we hear back.
Is it not a secret? Who sent this?
Who I sent it to? I don't know. I didn't send it personally. So my management did. So we'll see who we hear back from. Pretty big ones, way bigger artists than me.
I hope that all will be good.
It'll work out for sure.
Is it important for you in which country, with which team you're recording?
With who I'm recording this? Nah, doesn't matter. The thing is, like, we live in a global world where it's worldwide. So if I put out a song, I have just as many fans in Russia basically than I do America. So it doesn't matter where I was born when it comes to music. You know, people listen in China, they listen in South America, they listen in Canada. So it doesn't matter to me. Like, I'll work with anyone that makes good music. That's the cool thing, is music's the universal language. Half these people at these shows come up to me and can't speak English, but they like my music. So that's what is the coolest part about all of it. Yeah.
But maybe you have a specific studio where you can express yourself like?
I mean, I make most of my music at my house. So, this is my parents' basement where I've been making music for 15 years. Yeah, yeah. And then I'll, like, if it's a song where I'm like, oh, this is very special, maybe I'll bring it to a different producer who helps me. But, like, I record it all around, like, $300 microphone in my, where I've been my whole life.
Home studio is really great thing because I have friends that have a home studio. It's like a beginner rock group.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is pretty cool because it's different atmosphere here.
Yeah, you don't need anything special.
Yeah.
It's whatever works for you. Some people like being in a big studio with big speakers and like all their homies with them, other friends, and it's like, I don't need that. You know, I just work better if I'm just quick, get it done.
Collaborating with others, is it important for you if they, whether they have musical education or you just take into account their professional skills and your impression of them?
Yeah, I mean, if they have a background in music, it's nice because I don't, so it's nice to have someone that I can. But really, when it comes to making at least the music I make, it's not as important to have a specific education in it. If you're good, you're good, and that's what really kind of matters to me. Sometimes we worry a little too much about like the degree or whatever we're getting, and it's like, because I know some people that have like 2 degrees and like doctorates and all that, and it's like they're still kind of dumb. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think you just find that person that works best for you, that you can work with.
Are there some artists that you would like to be like them?
I mean, I don't really want to be like anyone else. I mean, Eminem is the biggest inspiration to me because he did whatever he wanted, and I think there's a few other artists right now that are doing that same thing. Tyler, the Creator, does whatever he wants, he doesn't care. MGK is doing that, where he makes whatever music he likes. People, you know, he's dressed in pink, and like dudes will make fun of him, but like he does what he wants. He's like, and yeah, those are Frank Ocean. I love Frank Ocean, but Eminem to me was like 20 years ago. People were like, who is this guy and what is he doing? And he didn't care that people were trying to like come at him or like cancel him back then. Like that was, he just kept doing his thing, and now he's a legend because of it. And I think if he would have tried to be like other people, he wouldn't be Eminem. So.
It's like in Russia we have oxymoron. Do you listen to
Oh yeah,
oxymoron?
I know that is, yeah.
Do you like this guy?
Yeah.
In Russia we have oxymoron, and in USA you have Eminem, and this is fantastic because I don't know, it's like a classic rap.
Yeah.
Can I say like that? And
yeah. Now it's classic. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And the Anacondas are dope too. I like them.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I like Ram, Dirty Ramirez. I don't know if you know who that is. He's fucking awesome.
Besides, I know that you are familiar with the group Космонавтов нет.
Oh yeah.
Do you like this guy?
Oh yeah. Remember the dudes in the office? The blue hair? Yeah, those guys. Yeah, yeah. They're awesome.
Would you like to do a feat in the future?
I think I'm going to hang out with Gleb, the dude from the band. Like on Wednesday or something, we're gonna jam out. So we might make some music. Who knows?
Gleb is cool.
Yeah, he's awesome. They're all good guys.
Gleb, Joe. Joe really cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's good. It's funny.
How long does it take to make a full version of a track?
Usually I'll get like 90% of the song done in like 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Yeah, 30 minutes, sometimes like a couple hours. But like, usually I don't like coming back to a song because you let it all out and then it's like you come back and I end up just wanting to make a new one. You know, it's just, yeah, you know. You come back and it's just like not, it's just like, I'm not inspired anymore. Like this is what it is, I created it. And then maybe I'll like that's why I like to bring in another producer where it's like, this is what I did, now you take it and you add your touch to it to make it better.
Yeah.
But
it's not just emotions.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what art should be. It shouldn't be a job in the sense that it's like, oh, I gotta make a song today. Yeah. Then you're not doing it for the right reason. So, by the way, this whole time, we've just gotten the bad side of my face. Do you know that? We should have been sitting like this, because this side of my face is way better. You know, but
this side is my face.
Maybe we'll do like that little reverse thing, and like it'll flip us, and maybe I don't know.
We can change.
And then it's like,
recently, I saw your picture with the company of another people from music industry on Sергey SLEM's Instagram page.
Yeah, SLEM.
Do you sign some kind of contract?
Nah, I mean, I have a management like company here, but I don't have like a record label in here or anything like that. So they're just like friends that I know, hanging out, and then SLEM makes a big deal out of things, but he's the man, so we're just talking about like parties and future shows and things like that. So
Would there some shows in the future with Sергey SLEM?
I don't know. I don't know. Well, I know we're ready to have shows booked for April here, so I'll be back in Russia for sure.
I will go.
Amazing.
I will check another interview.
Yeah.
So you know a lot of Russian producers,
Mm-hmm.
and now you can compare with the American ones, and how different they're.
It's very similar. I'd say when it comes to like beat making and stuff, there's crazy guys in Russia that are super good at that. And then in America, I'd say it's a little more like musical. You know, like the people I've worked with so far in Russia are very more like hip hop. In America, I work more with like rock people. You know. Other than that, I mean, it's similar. What I do, I just have whoever I'm working with play guitar or piano, and then like just leave the room for like 30 minutes, and I'll have this song written. And then they come back and then we build it up.
That the Russian producers and American music producers differ in their approach to creative things.
Yeah, I mean there's differences, but I kind of control it in the sense that I know what I want to do. So like I kind of work the same with whoever I'm working with. You know, I like it a certain way.
Understand. How to promote yourself as a beginner artist?
Leak your nudes. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Play as many shows as you can. Open up for a lot of artists if that's possible. Warm up or whatever. It's over here. The internet is totally different. Like now there's like when I was coming up, Instagram wasn't a thing, TikTok wasn't a thing, and now it's like in 2 seconds you can have that. What's that song? Pokazi. Nah. Like I remember that dude. Like he's my friend, but I remember a couple months ago it wasn't a thing, and now he's like fucking. And it just shows like how fast it can take off. So you just make good music, put it out, and all of a sudden it can happen. It's the best time ever to make it. You know.
In your opinion, how difficult is for new musician, for beginning musician, to get to the top positions?
I think it's easier to get people to know about you, but I still think it's just as hard to get to the top. You have to be special. It doesn't matter how much internet clout you have or this or that. Like there's like, you know, like a Lil Pump and those kind of artists. Like yeah, they're like big but their music wasn't good, so it doesn't matter. Like once people are sick of looking at their fucking hair, people don't care anymore. You know what I mean? And it just comes down to having the best music. Your time will come. And then if you have great music, you'll stay up there, you know?
So it is important to have your own style.
100%. You have to be yourself. You can try to copy people. Like a lot of people are trying to be like MGK and just make like pop punk music. They're like, and people are telling me like, dude, you gotta make this, like you're gonna blow up. It's like, yeah, for 6 months, and then this music goes away, and then you're just the MGK lookalike, and then you're done. Okay, when that leaves, so it's like you just got to be yourself, and eventually the style or whatever that you are as a person will come in, and you'll be fine. So don't chase trends, it's annoying.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
How do you see yourself in 5 years?
Biggest artist in the world.
In 10 years?
Still.
In 20 years?
20 years, I mean, the thing is like, I always want to be an artist, but the thing, like, there also is like a realized, like, okay, when you're 50, are you going to be like, jumping on stage? Maybe, you know, like the Rolling Stones or like AC/DC, like they're still doing that like 75 years old, but I don't know. I like working with kids. I like living in the woods. Like I live in a town of like 5,000 people back in Minnesota, shooting guns and stuff. Very American shit. I like that, just being chill. So like that's maybe have a family.
That's good.
I want to have babies. I want them to look just like me. I come out with little earrings on.
Would you like to be your baby and artists?
My kids be an artist?
Yeah.
I just want them to do what they want to do, I guess. And then you just kind of... And once you see like where they kind of want to go, then just push them, help them, you know?
Do you know the story about Oxymoron?
No.
That he hid from the tops, hide from social media, and then recently he blew up.
Yeah. He stayed away from the social media stuff. There's a few artists that are like that in the U.S. that they're almost like more popular because they're so like elusive and you know they're like untouchable. That's the one thing that's tough is like once everyone sees you on social media and stuff, it used to not be that way. The only way you could see an artist was going to their show. And now it's like you open your phone and you see your favorite artist all the time. So it's kind of oversaturated a little bit. Mm-hmm. It's a good thing because you can gain fans, but it's also, you're not as special anymore to these people, you know?
Yeah.
But that's why I still think shows are very important. Concerts are very important, so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like life emotions.
Mm-hmm.
What are the first thing that beginner artists should think about with technical and ideological parts of making music?
Technically, I mean, you should probably know something about music, but I think lyrics are the most important thing in music because those are the things that everyone's singing at the concerts. Obviously, the music itself, like the guitars and everything, is important, but writing a good song is the most important thing in my opinion. So write songs all day long. Seriously, like I know I say like don't do something you don't want, but when you're trying to make it, it should be fun and you should be trying to write new songs every day. Like write 5 songs a day. And if they suck, who cares? You're practicing. It's just like being a football player. Like if you can't just play once and expect to be the best. You have to play every day. You have to play as much, if not more, than other people if you want to be the best. So.
But if a person don't have enough motivation to do this?
The thing is like, it's hard to make people motivated, you know? You just have to motivate yourself because there's going to be a lot of people that are trying to take away your motivation. So if you don't have motivation already, it's going to be tough for you. So I think really just focus on it and look to the future and be like, I'm doing this now for the future. So you have to motivate yourself because there's not going to be a lot of people that believe in you at the beginning. Come to the school and teach kids about music.
Come to Academic Grammar School.
Yeah, let's go.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Of course.
Nice meeting you. Yeah. Oh, I have to pee so bad.